Hello children, Form 5 over ICT, 3rd term, Chapter 20, Database Management. This is the second video of this lesson. Before starting this lesson, you have to refer the first video. From this video, you will be able to learn about these objectives, how to create database and tables using DBMS, how to sort the data using the single field and multiple fields, input information to given tables or forms, applying format consistently, use search or query using single criterion or multiple criteria, search within results, relational operators, logical operators, then how to produce outputs such as using reports and mail merge documents, and you will be able to learn how to produce your answers in the practical exam of the O-level examination. Let's start our lesson. Hope you all can remember in the previous video what I discussed, the library system with 3 tables: member table, transfer table, and book table. From this video, we are going to learn how to create these main database objects using a database management software. So children, we'll start from the tables, thereafter we'll move to forms, queries, and reports. Hope you all can remember these objects too. Table is used to store the related data. Form is used to enter the data to the table by using the user-friendly interface. Query is used to filter the data what you need. And report is used to summarize your data for printing. These are the examples what I explained in the previous video. But now we are going to create these objects using MS Access. That is the database management system in your syllabus you have to use. Let's see with practical. To search MS Access, you have to go to Start menu and type MS Access. So you can see with the icon, click on that. You will get the interface like this way. So children, now we are going to create a new database. You have to first give the location and a file name for your database. So I'm using the blank database because I'm going to create with my preferences. Then give the file name here. I'm typing library database. And you can see the default location where it will get stored. C, users, administrator, and documents. But if you want to change the location, you can click on this browse icon and select the location where you want to save. I'm selecting desktop and the same file name appear here. Click on OK. Then you can see the location of the file has been changed. Then click on the create button. After that, by default, you can see the table 1 appeared on the screen. Close it because I'm going to create with the fields what I need and the data types too. First, we'll see how to create a table. Click on the create tab. Then you can see the tables group, queries group, forms group, reports group. So using these 4 main groups only, children, you will be able to create the main objects. So let's start from tables. I have to design my table with the data types and proper field names. So I am clicking on the table design. First, we will create the table called member table. Then look at here. Under the field names, you have to type the column topics with the respective data types. First, I am typing student number. Data type of that field is text. Hope now you all can remember how to select the proper data type for the field. Then student name. Data type for that also text. You can select other data types also from this menu. Then date of birth. What is the data type for that children? You have to select the data type as date and time. Date of admission. Data type for that also date and time. Guardian. Data type for that is text. Okay. Now I want to add another row before the guardian one. How can I do that? You can right click on the below row and click on insert rows. You will get another row. I am using gender for that, and the data type of that is text. So children, in my table, student number should contain only 3 digits. So I am keeping the cursor under that field name. Then below you can see the properties what you can change of a field. Then change the field size as 3. Then what else we have to do? I am going to change the gender field also. Look children, I am applying the validation rules. Select the gender field. Then under the validation rule, I am going to add this should contain M with the single quotation or F, that means male or female. We'll guess by mistake when the data entry operator enters the wrong character, then computer cannot accept that because gender can have only M or F. So you can give the message to the user, please enter M or F. So that is we call validation text. Is this required? That means it is a compulsory value. You can apply under the required field. Yes. I applied the validation rules under these properties. Then I am going to save this table. Click on save button. Then I am giving the name for my table as member. Click on OK. There will be a message. Why? We didn't add a primary key. That's what here telling. There is no primary key defined. Do you want to create a primary key now? When you give yes, new field is appeared called ID. The data type of that is auto number. That means when you are entering the records to the table, automatically 1, 2, 3, 4 as the primary key the computer will get. So children, ID is not the primary key of my table. That's what you have to define. Student number is the primary key of this member table. So I am going to delete this ID. Select the row by clicking here. Then you can right click on the delete rows. Then do you want to delete this field anyway? I am giving yes. Then what is the primary key of my table? Student number. So select that, right click on it and primary key. Otherwise you can click on the primary key in the design tab. Okay. Now let's see how my table is created. So children, still I am in the design view of my table. To enter the data, you have to go to the data view of my table. Then click on the datasheet view to enter the records. Look, this is my table. Then now I am going to add the records. We'll see one by one. Student number of the first record is 100. I will show you here when I am going to enter another number, it doesn't get typed. Why? I set my field length check as number 3. Student name. Then I can type a name. Date of birth. You can see date picker is appeared. Then you can select from that. Either you can type according to the computer system's date format. Date of admission. Look, if I am typing by mistake another value, what is the message? Can you remember, children? I entered this message in the validation text field. So it says please enter MOF. That means that field is accepted only F for M. Should be M. Guardian. Then I can click on other row and can start typing other records to this table. Like that way, children, again if you want to create another table to the same database, you can go to create tab. By using the above steps what we use to create the table, you can click on the table design and again you can create the tables to the same database. Now I have opened already created database with those 3 tables. So you can see student table, transfer table and book table. Student table I have entered 2 records. Book table I have entered 3 records. Then transfer table is with the student number and book number. Those 2 are the primary keys of other 2 tables. Then before starting to enter the data to this transfer table, I have to create the relationship between the tables. Before creating the relationship, children, you have to close all the tables. Otherwise, it says already you have opened the tables, so you can't create the relationship between them. Okay. Then, how to create the relationship? You have to go to database tools, then click on the relationships tool. Then you can see what are the 3 tables you created earlier. Select all the 3, then click on add, then give close. Now you can easily see what are the primary keys of these 2 tables. So children, those 2 fields are represented in the transfer table. So I am taking this transfer table into the middle section and student table into right. Now I can create the relationship between these 3 tables. Look, I can see in the book table, book number is the primary key. Can you see that same field in the transfer table? Yes. So now what I am going to do, this primary key field, drag and drop onto the other table, same field. Then under the edit relationships, you can see I have taken book number from the book table, book number from the transfer table. You have to click on the enforce preferential integrity, because this is also check the validation of the data. Then you can see the relationship type also. Then click on create. Okay, now children, can you see what is the relationship between these two tables? One to many. Why? One book can have many transfers. That's what one to many. Click on create. Then you can see one record can appear in the transfer table many times. That's what alpha sign has come to transfer table side. Then other relationship. Always you have to do this one with the primary key field. Then it will be help to identify the foreign key clearly. So children, student table, student number is the primary key. I can see that same field is in the transfer table. So now I am dragging this student number into the transfer table student number. Then same way you have to put the tick mark for this enforce preferential integrity. Then relationship type is one to many. Why? One student can do many transfers. One student can do many transfers. Then after creating these relationships, you have to save your relationship to the database. Then click on the close button. Then we'll go to student table first. You can see only two records I have entered here. 100, 101. Under the book table also 1111, 2222, 3333. Only three books I have entered as the sample records. So children, you have to understand who are the members, registered members. With these numbers, student only can borrow the books, as well as what are the books available in the library. That means under these numbers only can transfer the books to the students. So you have to open the transfer table. Now we'll see what can I enter. I'm entering, you can remember, only 3 digits for the student number. 100. The child is going to borrow 2222 book number. Date borrowed, I can apply one date. Date return, I have to give with 14 days. We'll guess like this way. So now I entered one record. Then I am going to enter another record with different number. What is the number? Student number not available under the student table. 102. Book number 1111. Date borrowed, I will take the previous date. Then usual way 2 weeks. Then I will save. Look, there is a message, warning message. You cannot add or change a record because a related record is required in table student. Yes, you can remember in the student table only 2 records were there, that is 100 and 101. But by mistake I entered 102 because I wanted to show this message to you. That's what I took. That means who are the registered students only can borrow the books. That's what here. You cannot enter what you have not entered in the student table data. So children, click on OK. Children, now you have to change the value of that record. I'm changing this 102 into 101. Then finally, click on Save. OK. Now I am going to create a form for the transfer table. Go to Create tab, then click on the Form wizard in the Forms group. Then you can see the table to what I want to create the form. That is transfer table. If you want to change, you can click here and select what is the needed table. Then I'm taking all the 4 fields. Next. Then the columnar is the layout I need, because left side I want to show the labels, right side I want to show the fields. Next. Then I have to give the proper title for my form. I'm giving transfer form. Then I am clicking on finish button. Look, this is my form. If you want to change the modifications to this form, you have to go to the design view of this form. I am in the data entry view. That means in the form view. So you can click on the design view to do the changes, like adding a picture, changing the font styles, then changing the width of the fields, adding command buttons. So I'm changing this transfer topic into another font color. Make that bold. If you want to add a color for that field, I'm adding a field color. Then student number, book number, date borrowed, date returned. If you have typed in simple form, that should be displayed into understandable text. Now I have typed here the loan word, so you don't want to change. Example, like if you have taken in the table DOB, it should be changed into understandable text, like date borrowed. Highlight all the 4 labels, then I am making them also bold and adding the different color. Student number field, if you are guessing the width is not enough, so I can change the width of that by dragging. Then if you want to add the command buttons in the detail part, I'm going to design tab. Then what you need to add here, you can select the command button, then draw what action you want to perform from that. Then you can select the action category, and under that what is the action you want to happen. I'm taking under the record navigation. I want to go to the previous record. Next, then you can apply with the picture or the text. In the button, I am taking the picture. Then next, then you can give the proper meaningful name to this button for the later reference. Then click on finish. Likewise, I am going to add another button too. That is next. That is also under the record navigation. Then next, go to next record. Next. Then there are also button I am going to show with the picture. Next. Next is the name I am going to give for the button. Then click on finish. Another button too. Select the form operations. If you want to close the form. Next. Then you can give with the picture or text. Click on finish. See. I have added 3 buttons. Okay, then I am going to the form view because I am going to enter the records to my table using this user-friendly interface form. Click on the form view. Then you can see your form like this way, what I designed. Now you can see I'm in the first record of my transfer table. Then I can go to next record, what I added, you can see with the data. Then if you want to add a new record, you can use this navigation bar of the form view. Then from there also you can go to first record, previous record, next record, last record, and to create new record too. Then click on the new record button. Then you can get the empty fields. Then there you can type what you need. I am typing 101. Book number as 3333. I can remember I have entered with that number one record in the book table. Date period, you can use the date picker. From this calendar you can select. You can see my computer date format is month, date, year. So now you have to click on save. Okay, I click on the save. Then we'll see it is recorded in the transfer table. See children, now what I entered, that record is stored in the transfer table. Entering the data using the user-friendly form is easier than entering the data into the table record wise. So that's what form is essential. This is up to you. You can do these activities, children. Sorting data. You can use to arrange the data into ascending or descending order using single field or with multiple fields also. Now I want to sort the data in one of my tables. Look, I'm going to sort the table data using one field, that is from name. Sort the data into ascending order of name. So children, you can click on this tiny downward arrowhead. Then sort A to Z, you have to select for ascending. Sort Z to A for descending. Then I am clicking on A to Z. So you can see my records under names have been ordered or sorted into ascending order, that means alphabetical order. Firoza's record is the first, then Kamala, then Manoj. That is from one field how to sort. If you want to remove the sort, you can click on the remove sort option. Then again you can see your data again with the primary key field. Automatically that is the field getting your records sorted. Then how to do sorting using two fields, that means multiple fields. Now I want to sort the data into ascending order of name, then by gender. How to do? You have to click on the advanced button, then click on the advanced filter and sort. What is my question? Sort the data into alphabetical order of name, then by gender. Then name is the first column. So I have to double click on it. Then you can see under the field it has come. Then under the sort you have to select ascending. Then by gender. Then double click on gender. Then to that also you have to click on ascending. Finally, after telling these field sort in order, then you can click on the toggle filter. Look what has happened. Gender field records have been sorted into alphabetical order. That means female is the first, then male. Then under the name also you can see relevant to female. Those records also have been sorted into alphabetical order. Now, how can I understand these are the columns I have already sorted? You can see that tiny downward arrowhead with the arrow to show it is sorted. Sorting data activity also you can do now, children. Then queries. This is used to search for, retrieve and combine data from one or more tables and perform calculations on that data. So in queries you can use these logical operators and, or, not. And means if you want to search something with both the records, or means if you want to display the records either from one item, then not means without that data other or the data will be taken as the result. These are the relational operators. If you want to find the results, we'll think as the example, age above 30 years, then greater than 30, less than 20. If you want to take as the question, less than 20. Likewise, you can use these operator symbols to do the analyzing to show the needed results in the queries. Then I am going to create a query. You can go to create tab, click on the query wizard. Why I am using that? Because going with this query wizard is easy for you. Then click on the query wizard. Then I am selecting simple query wizard. Click on OK. Then my question is, under the student table, I want to find only the female students. Then children, I know this is the table I have to use to find the female students. So I want to create a query using this all the fields. So I can click on this double arrow button. Then you can take all the fields to your query. Then next, I can type here what is the title you want for your query. I am taking student query. Then click on finish. So children, this is actually a copy of my original table, but now I want to display only the female students out of these all the records. So I have to do another change to this table. Because of that, I am going to design view of my query. Still I am in the datasheet view, so you can click on the design view. Then you will get the interface like this way. Then children, look what is the field I have taken and what from which table I have taken that field. Then sorting also you can do from here. Show part represents. Do you want to show these all the fields what I have taken here, all the fields into your query? If you don't want to show, I can remove the tick mark. Think I don't want to show in my query what is the date of birth. So I am removing that tick. Then under the criteria, I have to say what is my question. So children, under the gender, I want to display only female students. So you have to type FOM because my data also stored with MOF. So that's what here also I should type the same way F. Then click on run button. Look, my student query is displayed with the female records. Did you understand, children? This is up to you, children. These activities under these relevant page numbers you can continue. Last part of this lesson is how to show the output of these stored data. One is using report, other one is using mail merge documents. Let's see with the practicals. To create a report, you can click on the Create tab and you can click on the Report Wizard. Then I am going to create a report for my transfer table. Click on the Report Wizard. Select the table what you need, that is transfer. Then select what are the fields you want to show in your report. I am taking all these four. Next, do you want to add any grouping level? If you want to group by the student number, these are the records. These are the transfer details that child has done. We'll group and see. If you don't want that, you can remove it by clicking on this arrow. Or you can define what you need. Then, if you want to sort the records using we'll guess with the book number you want to sort, then now it will come into ascending order. Next, then you know here my report has only 4 fields, so I am using portrait orientation, then stepped layout. Next, then I have to give the proper title, transfer details. Then click on finish. This is my report. If you want to do the modifications to this report also, you can click on close print preview. Then you can go to the design view of this report, select the field, then you can make it bold, black if you need underline. Page header part also I'm making bold and black and underline. Then you can see here the detail group also where the data is showed. You can go to Home tab and click on Print Preview of this report. Then you will get your output like this way. So children, now you can directly print from database software. This is up to you children, creating a report activity and creating a merge document. Already we have done the mail merge part in word processing software lesson. Then this is your turn. You can do these chapter questions 8 to 10. Thank you.